Welcome everybody in person and online. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Jamaica Selectboard. It's July 14th and it is 7:03 p.m. The agenda is going to shift a little bit. First is to call for any late additions to the agenda, and before I open it to the rest of the board, I will add that we will have an early on in the agenda, item 1. We'll hear an update on the activities and actions around the Rawsonville Schoolhouse. And the second is just to say we will move up the approval of the liquor license applications for the doing business as River and Rye in the town of Jamaica. Any other late additions to the agenda?
Not late, but I also will request if we can move the item 10, discussion of the transfer station, since Hunter's here, just to move that up immediately following the RFP
That'll be
opening.
item 3. You won't have to wait too long.
No problem.
Okay.
Right. You look like tired.
But we'll move that right after the
Right after.
RFP.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Okay, terrific. Nothing else?
No.
Okay, with that, the next order of business is approving the minutes from the June 23rd regular meeting. They were circulated. I will make a motion to approve the minutes.
I would like, second.
Okay,
And I would like
discussion?
to discuss, or make a amendment, I guess, I don't know. In the discussion regarding the bridge, when John, it's on page 2, when John had asked about why V-Trans hadn't proposed a different type of bridge or a certain type of bridge, I'd like to add that a bridge consisting of weatherized steel. To get
Yeah,
specific
sometimes
about
referred to as weathered, but
weathered or weather, yeah, but just as opposed to be descriptive.
Okay.
Yep,
great.
that's the only thing.
All right, so I'll revise, I will make a motion to approve the minutes as revised by Greg Meulemans.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Great. So next, Karen, do you have your folks for the update?
No,
Or
we're
you'll
going to do, we'll have them come in a couple of weeks.
Right, like there was something you wanted
But
to.
I sent it all out to all of you, the report that was done
Okay.
on the Rawsonville Schoolhouse. And I just wanted you to be aware of it, see where we're at with it, and just.
Anything you want to highlight in terms of an action by the board, or you'd rather wait till then?
No, let's wait,
Okay.
we're still working on applying for grants and things like that.
All right. So on
But I
the,
wanted you to all just, or we wanted you to all be aware of what's
and
happening.
it's at the very next meeting, we'll put them on,
I think it's maybe the August 11th.
August 11th?
I'll remind you.
Yes, please. Okay, terrific. With that, then I'll move to the next item of business, which is review and approval of the 3 liquor licenses for the business doing business as River and Rye. So it is, Greg is going to pull them out, I should have grabbed it. Just if you'll tell us what the, what class?
I'm sorry, I'm also seeing some overweight permits in here that I didn't realize in there to add those to the end of the agenda.
Okay.
We
Okay.
can
We can,
add those
yeah,
at the end.
right, we
Okay.
can, yeah.
So let's sort through this, 3 applications for liquor licenses for River and Rye. Sorry, let's sort through. I guess business name is Abe's Foods and Goods. For the first one is for, I should know this.
Yeah. Since you were
Familiar with these, but I don't see it on this side so often. I'm trying
Yeah,
to,
they've changed.
okay, yes. For first class, there it is up there. So application submitted for first class license.
Do you want to just do we need to
Sure, we
like
can do it. I
individually,
mean,
or- I
for
think we
first
can-
class, third class, and a tobacco license. That's
Ish.
the same thing. No, that's not.
Should be an
That's not
outdoor.
it. Yeah.
Should be outdoor service.
Yeah. So forget about the tobacco. That's going to be.
Oh no, that one. Yeah.
I don't think that. Fumbling here. Sorry.
That's all right.
So first, third, Oh, here we go. Outdoors, OCP.
Okay. So I will make a motion that we approve the liquor license applications for, it was Abe's.
Foods and goods.
Oh, Abe's Foods and Goods, doing business as River Rye for first, third, and outdoor service licenses.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion or questions? Folks are here. Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Great, terrific. Thank you guys. So you can stay or not, it's up to you. We are talking about the bridge later. Thank you very much. So third order of business on our revised, question.
It's something else that was in the pile.
It's that's, I know what that is.
It's not related.
Not related.
Okay.
Not related. For discussion for another meeting.
Okay. All right.
All right. So this is the transfer station bids, right?
Yes. So actually, at our last meeting, we had, Hunter had submitted a proposal. He was the only bidder, and we had requested that he separate the two phases, and we had approved the initial phase, which was for the recycling bin area. Subsequently, after that, Hunter and I had conversation regarding any possibility of modifying that bid to get it a little bit more in line with our budget. But after that conversation, we felt that it still would hold at the $35,000. What Hunter offered to do for the timing at this point was to remove the canopies that were in phase 2, to remove those now. They would be billed as part of phase 2, but we would do them now as an emergency action type of thing. Like
Okay. The
something needs,
removal.
right, something needs to happen now, basically. And the other portion of this was that Hunter offered to, if we accepted the bid for phase 2 for the construction bin area, he would hold the rate for next summer so that we could budget for it.
Oh, okay.
So that's what's kind of up for review right now. I have one question regarding this first. The initial bid was for $110,000. That was for both, the whole thing. The two, and we never caught it last time, or never questioned it last time, but the two independent bids came back at $35,000 for the recycling bid and $95,000 for the construction bid. So basically $130,000 versus $120,000.
Yeah.
Can you speak to that, or what that was? Why?
Well, if it's 2 bids, 2 jobs.
Right.
It's just, you're mobilizing twice. It's,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I assumed that, but I just wanted to make sure that we just didn't miss something else that was.
No, just if it was bid the first time as one, you can hold a better price. If it's one project, and if it gets split into 2 smaller, you might get one and not the other.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I don't know if anybody has any questions regarding the initial one, the first one, for the recycling bin area.
At just the amount, what was the?
Right, the amount was $35,000,
Right.
which we approved last time, contingent on a conversation that, is there any wiggle room, so to speak, in there, I guess. A couple of things that came up in my mind were whether or not it needed the paving strip on top, the paved strip on top, and secondly, the reusing or removal of the existing block work.
Okay.
Saying that we could keep the blocks, but Hunter came back with saying that was incorporated into the bid, that they have a value for removing them, and they can just be lifted and set on a trailer as opposed to lifted and set and moved, and there's a value to him to take them away as opposed to leaving them there.
Okay.
I thought we might save some money by just
Leaving them there?
leaving them there, because we would find a use then for them too, within some other project, or
Okay.
not literally leaving them in place, but to set them aside and
Okay.
and
But
not.
whatever value is associated with them, you already incorporated into the bid?
Yep.
Okay. All right. What about the paving? But that's included in
That
the
was
35.
included in the 35.
Okay.
I was thinking that it was potentially a nicety
I think it's important because it's sealing up the top,
Right.
so you don't have the moisture, pushing down in, and it's allowing that to basically keep the water from holding behind the wall.
Yeah.
So I think it's important.
And that made sense. I mean, that's some of what's damaging the wall now. It's that seepage and freezing and thawing. Probably more important when we do the construction bin area because there's a lot more water in that area.
Right.
But it's important for this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, the pavement is going to hold the grade we leave it at. It's going to hold it there. If you don't have,
If you don't do it, it
over
gets
time,
undermined.
from the plowing and the people turning in and the bucket, whatever, stuff changes over time, and therefore the water can puddle, freeze, thaw. It's going to hold that grade so it always shoots out.
And for whatever it might have shaved off, I would want that erosion to undermine the value of what we spent the money on. Right.
It's not a huge piece.
Yeah.
Paul, I'm sorry, Greg, do you mind if I pause?
No, that's fine. Go.
Am I allowed to ask a question at this point?
Yes,
Sure.
we're in discussion of, oh wait, do we have a resolution?
We haven't made any motion on it.
Okay, you wanna make a motion?
So I guess there's no motion to be made on this first portion.
Accepting? Oh,
We've
we
already
already accepted it.
So I guess
Okay, so
if you
this
wanted to
is
open a
just-
question.
So the question, I wasn't sure what you said. You guys are talking about taking the covers off now and holding them until next year?
No, demolishing them.
Demolish them?
Yeah.
So no more covers at all? No.
Well, we could revisit that, but right now the thinking is that they're not adding anything to the functionality of the facility. They're in such need of repair, starting right at the base, the post, and also when we do the construction work up there, we'd have to move them anyways. They'd be in the way, so we don't want to put them back. So that was we can. I mean that will be part of. Let's hold your conversation, or we can finish. I don't know if there's a protocol here, but because we're not discussing.
We're not taking an action, so we could discuss it.
But I guess that is they're being removed now as part of this phase, emergency action, because they're deemed unsafe. They are whopping.
They're falling.
They flop in the breeze. They've kind of unhinged on the upper section. I mean, there's one of them is only attached in 3 out of the 4 locations. I don't know how many of the posts are starting to twist. They're pressure treated wood that's holding quite a lot of weight up top, and they're going to give out at some point. And our thought is that we can evaluate them, have them put it back in the second portion of the project, but right now they're not in there. That the cost of putting those back far exceeds any value of moisture getting in there. We could haul away multiple containers of wet mattresses and still never pay for putting the canopies back.
Yeah.
The cost savings.
So that walk up to the, I might be a little off, but is that pressure treated? Those boards, are they still there with the pavement? How's the pavement work? Does it come up to where those pressure treated boards are on hinges?
Oh, on top of the recycle bins?
Yeah.
That would be all removed
Right.
and start over again, basically.
Is that gonna be that kind of same thing?
There's no detail
Nothing, right?
on that. We're going to build a new wall from
Right.
the cave
Okay.
over to the top of it, and then get the container as close on the
Okay,
as
that's what I
wall.
thought. That's,
Yeah.
And if you
Great.
guys wanted that, I don't think it's
No,
necessary.
no, I don't like those.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason they were there is because that whether the containers are sloping away from the
Right.
wall or not,
Right.
the driver never perfectly aligns them. I mean,
Right.
they're always going to be within 4 or 5 inches, so that's
Yeah.
a safety thing just to keep that gap closed. So
Great.
once it's finished, we should see if it makes sense to put them back,
Yeah.
because there's always going to be a gap there, I think. So I would, the second portion of this, as what we've seen, is redo what I'm calling phase 2, which would be the construction bin area. And the bid now is currently at $95,000. Hunter has offered if we accept this, we would postpone it or be able to postpone it until next year when we have it budgeted.
Right.
It's a big chunk of money.
And that, right, you'd be willing to take down
Yeah.
those
Take
death traps
Yeah.
before, sorry, I
Yeah.
shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only, I mean,
So I'll make a motion to.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
I'll make a
please.
motion to accept the bid for reconstructing the demolition bin area for $95,000. So as proposed by Hunter Excavating.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay.
So the thing that concerns me, of course, is that we have to budget,
Yeah.
right? It's not budgeted now. So acceptance of the bid
Yeah.
would have to be contingent on someone not raising their hand at the annual meeting and saying no. I mean, I personally think that's unlikely.
Right.
This is absolutely activity we have to take. The wall is falling. From an engineering perspective, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
We didn't include it in the budget this
Right.
year.
Yeah.
So you would understand that and
Yeah.
you'd agree, you'd be comfortable accepting our approval pending finalization of the budget for the 26th year.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you ever, been asked that from another town?
No.
Okay. Oh, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Right, very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, geez, yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little, yeah, sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
a lawyer. Any other questions? So shall we pull the vote, Greg? What are you thinking? Do you have anything else you want to say?
I don't have anything more to add to it.
All right, so I will call the vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Great. All right, well, Hunter, thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming.
No problem.
Well, he's got other things on the agenda.
All right, you have more.
Well, he's
Don't go
in,
anywhere.
he's in the mix. He's in the mix with several others for the next couple items on the
All right. So the only thing is, we were gonna go to, we'll do an update on the town clerk search at the end. We can put that to the end. Was Bridge 32, and we have the folks here for that. Are you okay with?
Right, so I've had a conversation with Gary LaMarche, who's the lead for us from Retrans, and they were still gathering information. A few people were out of the office. I think I sent you maybe
Did you?
a couple people, but anyway.
I was off email for a little bit today, and I didn't get a chance to.
So they're still pending and evaluating some of the stuff that John had gave
So
back
you
on.
did get to them, the.
Yes,
Okay.
so, but I'm gonna make a motion that we table this item to our next meeting.
I'll second it. Any objection to that?
No, I didn't know that. Now I do.
Okay. No, I don't think I sent it to everybody. It was just a reply back to John
yeah.
to say that we weren't gonna have this discussion tonight.
Okay. And John knows also that we're not
Yes.
going to tonight?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So just, Andy, for your benefit, John did send an email to Greg and I, having done some research after the last meeting, that he identified a couple of projects in the state of Vermont where weatherized steel was incorporated in a bridge project, and not just a pedestrian bridge, a vehicular bridge. I will say, not being an engineer myself, it sure looked to me like the weatherized steel was not on the drive bed, it was below.
Right.
So it would never have been in contact with road salt. I don't know, I mean, that was.
Well, there's always a risk that road salt
Right.
creeps
But
around.
what we're proposing is incorporating it literally right along the roadway. So I don't know if
Right.
that makes a difference, but we'll hear.
And that's
from-
some of what the design people and Gary were researching of whether, and some of these standards are changing, and some of the
Okay.
technology on this weatherized steel is changing, and the recommendations of how high or low it can be close to the water surface,
Okay.
and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
It works. I've learned all this stuff. It works by being able to rust and then dry out. And if
Right.
it's in a space where it's too close to the water surface or in a swamp or wherever,
Right.
it's never going to dry out, so it'll just
Right,
continue
totally.
to rust
Right,
and compromise. So
okay.
that's where the kind of the sticking points are and what applications it can be used for.
Right, and do we want to be on the leading edge?
Right. We were first with the transfer station, but we might not want to be first with the design of a bridge.
No kidding. All right, great, so we're moving then, we're holding that and deferring it to, when do we know, the next meeting? or-
Most likely the next meeting, which would be the 28th.
Yeah, because V-Trans was anxious for us to make a decision, right?
Right.
Okay.
Do we need to vote to table that?
Yes, all those in favor of tabling that item, please say aye.
Aye.
Great. Thank you, Andy, keeping me honest. All right, so I'm gonna now, Greg, you'll take over the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next item is we put out for bid repair work on Goodaleville Rd, which is a stream bank. Stream bank restoration along Goodaleville Road. So we have 4 bids here. Look like I don't even know how to use a letter opener. I couldn't find yours. I looked in there. I couldn't find it. Sorry. We've been prepping, but it's the anticipation, the suspense of opening the letters that we're all here
Don't
for.
get hurt with that. Man, you might have to wait for the letter opener. Want me to help you?
No, we're good on these.
You got
Hey,
one
we
good thing in
can
there.
go open those for the next one.
We already just read them off.
You can do those. So we have,
She's more qualified.
I'll enter in honor of Hunter being here. We've actually received 4 bids for this work. To read the RFP, sorry, too many things to be, might be a little bit redundant, but to repair approximately 50 feet of stream bank along Goodaleville Road located at GPS coordinate approximately 8.8 miles from the junction of Route 30. So it's about a 12-foot, 15-foot rise from the riverbed and about 50 feet long. It would tie into an existing riverbank stonework that's on private property. So it would continue upstream for approximately 50 feet. The bid here from Hunter Excavating to complete that project. Bid is $38,000. The next one is from Fitzpatrick Excavating. Bid here is for $20,880. Next one is from Anonymous, from Amidon Construction for a total of $10,000. And the final one here is from A.S. Clerk and Son. Bid is for $18,750.
I'm sorry, I missed the last one?
$18,750
Who was that from?
from A.S. Clark.
And all those bids are for exactly the same thing?
They were all given the same information.
Amnon must have made a mistake.
Okay.
Can't do that for 10 grand.
He's looked at it. He did go down and look at it because I reached out to him
You
to make
can't
sure.
do the job right for 10. You can't. You gotta go with
There's
the
quite a difference.
Yeah.
You gotta go with the next guy. 10 grand is, you're not gonna get the right job, there's no way.
What's the next?
The next lowest.
1888,
Yeah, Clark.
Fitzpatrick's 20-something.
28.
880, 28.
So Fitzpatrick's was 20,880.
880.
From A.S. Clark was 18,750.
That's the rest there, right there.
My only, I hear it's definitely very much lower than all the other ones. I mean, I do have confidence in Wesley's ability to do stuff, so that would be my only.
Doesn't matter to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Wes has come in much lower than other vendors on other much larger projects, and he's done them impeccably, so. I mean, I hear you,
And I appreciate the input,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I think it's extremely,
Yes,
it's low, but
Yeah, I mean, if it was from some unknown vendor, I'd be a little bit more.
Yeah.
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 But I will make a motion to accept the bid from Emmett Construction for $10,000.
Second.
Did you second? Yeah.
Any more discussion, or I mean, your call on the discussion?
Well, you may.
I'm not chairing the
No,
meeting.
I'm not chair. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
I think I'll abstain from that one.
We still have a quorum. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Passes.
So the next one, go with these. This was for Turkey Mountain Road. This one was a FEMA-related project. This is one of 3 projects remaining that we haven't completed yet. It has been fully obligated, and we've received money for it. It is for repair of basically two repairs on Upper Turkey Mountain Road. One was to rebuild the road, which is probably going to be closer. I mean, it was in here at 1,500 feet. It may be a little bit longer than that, but this was based on the estimations from the FEMA assessor. So it included the rebuilding of a road at the end of Turkey Mountain, and also stone lighting some ditches as mitigation work on some existing ditch work. The best way to explain it is it's heading back down the road toward Route 30. There's a couple sections there.
The worst ones, the worst sections, right?
I'm sorry?
The worst sections.
The worst section, basically steep sections where the ditching could be improved, and
And at the bottom, they always suffer.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the ditch work was actually, I mean, they're fairly well ditched now after the road was repaired after the storm, but they haven't been stone lined, and chances are they would
They'll just,
wash again.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
So that was all part of the part of this project. So we received 3 bids on this one. First one open is from Hunter Excavating. The bid here is to complete both parts of that project for make sure now I have to read. Make sure I get this. Trying to understand this, and again, still sorry. So the way you've got 3,000 linear feet at $50 a foot. Is that how I'm reading this?
Mm-hmm.
So the total then would be, and this is partly trying to. FEMA has this bid sheet that's kind of a little cumbersome for.
Byzantine?
Yeah, doesn't work with all projects. But so 50,000 for, or $50 a foot for 3,000 linear feet. Like quick math would be, embarrass me for. So $150,000, is that? Yeah. So it's $150,000 to complete both sections of that project. Next one here is from Emmett Construction, I'm assuming, with so he broke it out into the 2 sections. One is the stone line ditches, and the other is the road, 1,500 feet of each. $46 a foot to rebuild the road, and $16 a foot for the ditches. So the total bid here, 93,300. Fitzpatrick Excavating was the other last one here.
Yeah.
So he included, gravel road, stone ditch. his total bid was $49,200. I'm a little reluctant, or a little hesitant, I say. His yard total number of yards versus feet. So 350 times 39, 150. So he's substantially less. 675 times 3 is 18, 19. So he just got a little over on the road part, a little over the 1,500 versus a little under on the stone line ditches. He's got $40 a foot for the road and $42 a foot for the ditches. Total $49,200. It's kind of hard to.
Who, and
My
who's
mind
that?
is going.
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick.
That was Fitzpatrick.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, exactly.
Is it possible that there was a mathematical error in that one? We've had that issue.
Yeah, because you said $40 a foot.
Yeah, if
times
it's-
1,500 is 60 grand. And
Right.
another $40 a foot times, so he should be.
Right, it should be.
Oh no, I'm sorry,
120.
$40 a yard is what. Yeah, that's where it's confusing because he's got his in
Oh.
yards and everything else is in feet. So it's $40 a yard times 675 yards, a total of 27,000 for the road, which
So-
is quite a lot less than all the rest of the roads. And then $42 a yard for 350 yards for the ditches, of totaling 14,700. He actually has the culverts in as a separate line item. So this was put out to bid as one bid, even though it's separated in each one for each
Right.
component.
Right.
So even though, he did separate the culverts, but it's still included in the total. He just didn't include it in the road portion of it. He included it as a separate line item,
With a separate dollar amount?
a separate dollar amount just for the culverts. But it totals what we're acting on is the total. We're not acting on pieces. We're not gonna
Right,
accept
right.
one component of one and not of.
And then, sorry, say the number again of the total.
The total for Fitzpatrick was 49,200. The total for Amidon Construction was 93,300, and the total for Hunter Excavating was 150,000.
Do you want to do do we want to consider a motion where we go back to Fitzpatrick? Because first of all, the fact is he didn't price it based on the formula that we needed. And it's,
Well, if we're reluctant to take that, we could go back to it, but I
and then.
don't feel comfortable going back and asking for somebody to revise their bid and not anybody else to revise their bid. We could seek clarity on it,
That's what I mean.
but I
Yeah,
don't know
just-
that we can accept it
and
contingent
say
on.
if we're not, if you as road commissioner are not comfortable after speaking with Fitzpatrick, we then go to the next lowest bid. We've done that before. Unless you'd rather us act today and you don't want to be, and which I totally
You think,
understand.
yep, covering everything?
Well, that's what I'm just a little
Yeah, same,
uncertain that he's got the whole scheme in there.
right. It's because the order of magnitude, I know in the last bit we were dealing with similar percentages, but the order of magnitude is 10 times here, or potentially up to 15 times, so I think the risk of taking the lowest bid here is
Right.
more dramatic, is obviously much more severe.
Right. So I would accept that then to go back and confirm that he's got it right.
Right.
Without having to change it. If he says,
Not only
oh,
that
I
he has
want
it right, but that you're comfortable, he's gonna actually be able
I'm comfortable with his
job.
ability to do the work,
Okay.
but I don't know what his cost structure looks like to say that he can do it for that much less than everyone
Right.
else.
I mean, do we really want to overachieve to that degree? I don't know.
Well, we just did that with another bid.
Yes, but a much smaller project and
Yeah,
a much smaller amount. Huh?
Do we have to take the low bid now? Or?
we don't have to take the low bid, we don't have to take any of the bids.
Right.
So,
Right, but we want to.
but we do want to keep this moving along.
Right,
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah.
wanted to consider potentially.
He
I'll
said,
make the motion.
Go in the middle. Hammond's got a good number. You can do that job for that much.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm gonna make a motion that we defer to Greg to have a further conversation with Fitzpatrick. If he's ultimately comfortable accepting that bid, then it's approved by the board. If he's not, then the alternative is he can accept the Amadon bid. Are you not?
But why would
You got a second, you need a second for that.
I don't, a second,
Okay.
and then,
Okay,
and
now
then
let's
for
discuss.
discussion,
Yes.
I don't feel comfortable, I'd rather accept the Amadon bid now.
Okay,
Or, because I also, I mean, in my knowledge, I'm not an expert at this for costing these things, but I'm uncomfortable with that number too, to say that, I mean, our crew couldn't go up there and do it for that.
right.
Without, you know, just
Overtime.
Without somebody
over time,
giving
on
it stuff
their
for free.
spare time or
Right,
whatever.
Well, no overtime.
Right.
Right.
I mean, just the amount of material,
Road up across
Right.
the swamp that we looked at.
yeah, I mean, the amount of material and the ditching that's all been silted in, the amount of material just for that much ditch material for stone line ditching,
Right.
um,
Forget labor and.
I can't imagine that we could fit it all in
Paul, you want
I'm
to,
good.
oh, sorry. Paul,
Okay,
just-
okay.
sorry.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, from the history of what we've done in the past, it seems unfair to offer one of them an opportunity to take a second bite at this apple. Number two, what we've done in the past is toss the highest and lowest and go for the middle. This is what you suggested. Yeah. But the idea of having somebody else get to rebid it.
right.
No,
No, that's not what I suggested.
no, and
No, and we're deciding.
we just to confirm that, say, is this the right number?
And if he comes
It's
back and says, no,
it's
that's
a-
not like a
That, then it's a dead issue if you.
No, he doesn't get a second bite. He
No,
just-
right.
Right, he says, oh, I screwed up, or, you
That's what I'm
know,
saying.
right. The bids are closed.
Mm-hmm. So we have a motion on the table.
Right, so all those not in favor, just kidding.
No, I did a
second that.
Okay, yeah. So, all those in favor? All those not in favor?
Of what?
No, it's, I mean, the motion was to
Right,
have me revisit this with Mike.
right, so,
And so-
nays or nays is what I'm looking
Right,
for.
so all in
nay.
favor?
I'll say nay.
We're gonna go nay first?
Yes,
Nay.
Nay, okay.
Usually we go yay first,
And
but nay first is fine,
are
nay.
you nay, abstain, or
You don't
yay?
want to do that, do you?
I do not.
Okay. Nay.
Okay, perfect.
I will make a motion to accept the bid from Amadon Construction for a total of $93,300.
Second. Okay, any further discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Great.
Okay. Last project, that was a fun one. This is for, it was put in the RFP as 3 sites. There's basically 2 sites because two of them are very close together, and with the mitigation work needed along the bank, they would be then connected. So you may, I don't know why I said that, but basically it's going to be bid probably as 2 sites instead of 3, even though
This
FEMA
is the
scoped
Pikes,
it as 3
on Pikes Falls.
on Pikes Falls Road. And so these are 3 sites where the stream bank has kind of cut into the side of the road at one point all the way up to the pavement. So the initial bid here was, for 300, and your quantity is for yards? Or, so for 344.5 cubic yards at $200 a yard would give us to 68,000. Is that what it is?
Sounds about right.
200 times 344.5. 69, 6, 8, 5, 680, 68,500. That sound right? I can still do math in my head. Okay. Second bid here is from A.S. Clerk and Sons. He has a description in here. He actually didn't do that estimated quantity, but he did do, so it's for the same size site, $36,250.
Is that lump sum?
He did do a lump sum, but
It's
he
not up here projected.
doesn't have to be, because he did describe what he was doing. So, I mean, it's more or less take it back, tracking the math. We can decide if we want to reject it based on that. I mean, it did say that in the contract, and FEMA has in the past been
Yeah.
sticklers about not describing what was going to be done. He did then put a description of what was going to be done, but he didn't put in the, I can read it. Dig down and build up a 4-foot key wall using 4 to 5 foot stackable riprap build wall 6 to 8 feet above water, tying into existing riprap on each side, placing 4 to 5 foot angular riprap above stackable to road surface, repairs shoulder of road and around guardrail posts with road builder, seed and mulch, any disturbed area, the description of quantity used and machine hours to be provided at completion of the project.
But there's no unit. There's no unit.
There's
cost,
no
so
unit.
That's how it's bid.
Value in here.
So if we accept it then.
Right.
I don't think we can, it won't meet the FEMA guidelines.
FEMA, right.
Especially because it was defined in these little zones.
Mhm.
We went out there and looked at it.
Yeah.
And went down in the river and looked up. We went, oh, we're gonna need to go this far. So we looked at more of it when you're untangling it to
Right,
tie
right.
it back in.
Yeah, because the damage was here,
Yeah.
but if you got down in there, you could see that
Right.
if you couldn't just fix the damage, because
That's why-
you needed to
that's
tie
why
it
it's
into.
Gets bid at a unit cost, not as a lump sum.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Next one here is from Fitzpatrick. He also did a total bid. I mean, he itemized it on a bid sheet, but not as an estimated quantity total, or estimated quantity with a.
He didn't give a unit.
He did not give a unit price either. He gave unit rates for the amount of material used. But anyways, for the record, his total was $63,900. But under the same guidelines as before, there's not a
It's disqualified.
unit price in there. The fourth one here is from Amidon Construction. He has given an estimated quantity. He's broken it into the 3 sites. Literally 2 of them kind of abut each other. But he did site 1, armor bank with riprap, 96 yards, total of 7,488. So it's unit price of $78. Site 2, armor bank with 4-foot riprap, $78 a unit for $4,992. And site 3, armor bank with 4-foot riprap, $78 a unit for 16 yards, $1,248. So very, very low. I can do This one I might need to use a calculator.
You got it. You got it.
You got it? 7488,
13,728.
13,728.
Yeah. This is 7488 for 4,992 or 1,248.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 13,728.
Seems to me you guys pick up the low on that one.
Very, very low. And I know everybody's looked at it. They went back up there with Keith. Whether they're seeing the same things, I don't know that.
But what if they're not seeing the same thing and we accept the bid? They
They're
still have
obligated to
to.
perform the work for
Right,
that price.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that out loud.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so excluding the ones that are disqualified because they don't comply with the pricing mechanism,
It's just
Right.
the two of them.
it's just two. It was
Yeah.
just Hunter and Wes.
Right.
But the three
What is Hunter?
are more in line pricing wise, West is down here.
No, I hear, but we can't, I mean, unfortunately,
Right.
our hands are kind of about taking any of those.
That's,
Yeah.
okay.
36.
Wes is, I'm sorry, I thought you.
No. I feel that
Tell me.
the heat is on me. The burner's on. So
Yeah, but Wes
to make a
is-
motion. So I'll make a motion, and then we can open up for discussion. I'll make a motion to accept the bid for Hunter Excavating for $68,500.
I'll second. So,
Okay. Okay.
and Wes is, well, you know,
For
assuming the same
$54,000
acreage,
difference.
It's, his was 13,000?
Yeah,
13,728.
Yeah.
Part of my apprehension, so the two of them we're going to immediately rule out because they don't
Right.
quite meet the bid formula. My reluctance to accept Wesley's bid is, it is a very much more complicated project than on Goodaleville Road.
Mm-hmm.
And even if his bid is within reason for Goodaleville Road, as we accept it for 10 grand, to do this for less than 4,000 more, that site, the total of those three sites up there, it's 5 times, 6 times bigger than Goodaleville Road. Both the elevation,
Right.
the length, the complications from being able, Goodaleville Road could most likely be reached from the road and stacked up, where this is going to require getting down into the river, cutting down,
Right.
from 100 feet up the road and coming down in through the river to build it back up. I really, really don't think it could be done for that amount and do the job correctly. So that's where I'm standing as far as why I
Yeah.
propose this.
I'm scratching my head because he went out, right? He went out.
Yeah.
and- more than once.
I don't know that.
Oh, I thought you said, oh.
No, I'm saying he did go.
He did
look at
go
that.
once with
Right.
Keith.
Yeah.
All right, any further discussion on that one? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I do accept Hunter's bid?
Hunter,
Correct.
accepting Hunter's bid, yes.
I said aye.
You said aye. Andy,
Yeah.
did you vote?
I don't know what to do. I really
Feel
don't.
the same way.
I mean, if he's obligated to do it for
I'm gonna vote to
that,
accept Hunter's bid because I have to do,
I believe.
I'm not an
Right.
expert, but just from a non-expert's view, it's it's like, I'm struggling to understand how it could be done for so little money without him.
Mhm.
It's, as you say, it's at least 2 sites, it's really 3, but 2 that are interconnected, and
That's the
it's
difference.
a bit, when you just look at those areas, they're, it's even as a
It's almost
layperson.
like 55,000.
Yeah.
So I think there's an absolutely rational basis to accept the Hunter excavating bid.
Okay, all right.
I'll defer to you and Greg and I. I will, I.
Okay. All those,
Okay.
yeah, we have
All in favor?
4 aye.
Aye.
Yeah, we have unanimous.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Makes sense.
Can I say something for the peanut gallery? Historically, all of those guys have done good work for this town.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
There was no dispersion of casting dispersion about any of it. I think those of us who are just citizens paying for this stuff recognize that it's a tough call, but all of them have a history of doing good work. For this
Oh, God, yeah.
Absolutely.
God,
I
yeah.
mean, so lucky.
And a
I mean,
lot
you know
more.
it from dealing with, I mean, and over the past couple storms and things
Right.
that we've dealt with, just to have the reliance
You know,
of that we've got people that are competent, not just with the machines and the materials and whatever, but
1.7
to know
million
the
dollars.
river corridors and what can be done, what the state permitting
Right.
is and all that stuff.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right,
But we've sorted it out.
yes.
We're done with this, right?
It's, yeah.
Yeah, so after these are completed, there will be one project remaining, which is the Goodaleville Road Bridge. And now, given the current federal guidelines, that has to be approved by the head of the Department of Homeland Security. So,
Because of a lower dollar amount?
because it's over $100,000.
Over 100.
Right. So we might not see that for a little while. I've been advised or whatever that these may take a long time now. So we're very lucky to be moving these forward,
Yes,
and that
yes.
all of our other damages have been repaired.
Right.
Thank God,
Yeah.
thank God.
We have been lucky.
We would,
Yeah.
we would be.
It's a lot of effort
Yeah.
from some people.
I don't know
Right,
what to
right.
think about it,
A lot of effort from some people
like
here.
the towns up north. That
Yeah,
just
that's got
got
it again.
decimated. I don't know how they're gonna sort of, yeah.
3 years.
Thanks, Greg.
All right, well, thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you. Speaking did we get the GMP contract?
No, and I put that out there because I
saw
had
it, they
anticipated they were going to start moving up to Pikes Falls Road.
Right.
We discussed this when at our site visit, that we'll coordinate that with them.
Okay.
They're still working on Turkey
Oh,
Mountain.
they're still on Turkey
Yeah.
Mountain.
So I thought, based on the conversation a few weeks ago, that they may be already getting ready to stage up to
Well,
Pikes Falls, but they haven't.
We could call an emergency
Yeah.
meeting.
Well,
if it
he
comes in.
has been good, and I can't remember the guy's name from Green Mountain Power. Who's what was it? Tim, right.
I have his number.
So he has been good about presenting to us and maybe to you or Keith, and I haven't heard from him, so I only put that on the agenda so we can table that also.
Right,
I
but
put it
if
on
it
the
happens-
agenda if we needed to be more urgent with getting that approved prior,
Right.
or just coordinating basically with the other one.
Right, so Andy, next week I'm on vacation. So, if it comes in, Greg, Andy can call a special meeting.
If we,
in my-
yeah,
in my
otherwise I
office.
think too, they usually give us enough heads up that
Right.
it's not gonna happen
I
that
know, but
week.
if they, okay, as long as they didn't wanna like.
I'm around next
Pikes
week.
Falls.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but not part of this week.
Yeah, and then also, I mean, Keith is making certain that and he's been in touch with the contractor who's working for Green Mountain Power to just
Right.
hold their feet to the fire as far as restoring the road to the way it should be, because in the whole process, they do muck it up pretty good.
Okay,
If you go
Yeah.
up Turkey Mountain Road, it's kind of
it's tough.
it's a little rough.
Special, it's special, yeah. All right,
All right.
yes, don't worry.
Thank you.
won't be offended if you have a volunteer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so, the next order of business is, now that we have a quorum without Greg, who has to abstain, is to approve the extension of Greg's, administrative agreement. So I will make a motion to extend, what did you agree to extend to now, Greg? This was a while ago.
Through the fiscal year.
Through the fiscal
If
year.
necessary, hopefully I'm not
Yes,
needed.
through June 30, 2026. So, I'm gonna make a motion that we approve that.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Just, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
And maybe I should have personally, but have I seen any pay orders for Greg?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Just
Every time he submits
Yeah,
an
I've been
invoice.
billing monthly,
Okay.
Yeah.
so it's not a big number, it doesn't,
No.
okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't-
Like I saw his check.
You wouldn't have popped.
Right.
It's not that high.
Yeah,
Well, I was just
thank you all.
hoping you
I guess,
were
no, we haven't
Yeah.
voted yet.
Well, I'll have to vote yet.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
I'll abstain.
And Andy, yes, one abstention. Thank you, and thank you, Greg, because it's been pretty key.
We missed,
Christine,
and then we missed item 8. So I,
Oh, the tree.
oh,
that
yes.
happened fast.
And you know what? I fell down on that. Sean wanted to bid.
oh,
Did you get a bid from
I
Sean?
didn't get a bid from, who's Sean? No, I don't, I got,
He's on the fire department.
Sean
He
Howard.
went out, Sean
Oh,
Howard,
okay.
he went out and he looked.
I did not
Was
get a
this
bid.
publicized? Was it
No, because it fell under our
our threshold?
threshold, and so I just
Okay.
reached out to 3 people.
He actually went out and he looked and he didn't think he was gonna shimmy up the trees and just trim them. What are the bids that you have? Are they to cut or to trim?
One of them is, and 2 of them are to trim. So it's kind of hard to untrim or uncut.
Right.
So we can always cut later.
Right.
So
Which is
I
my
was
preference.
so we've received 3 bids. I reached out to Four Winds, which is just down here in Jamaica.
You know what, do
Okay,
you
yeah,
mind,
sorry.
don't
No.
say them. Can we add Sean into it and defer it to the next meeting? Or
Well, we
call him
have
for the
three.
meeting?
We can? I mean,
Is
I
that
guess so. I
okay?
mean, yeah.
Yes, because he took, at my behest, he took the time out.
There wasn't a formal deadline for it. It was just me
Right.
reaching out
You
to
asked
people.
him, you asked him to?
I did, we
Oh,
worked
okay, I didn't know
together.
that.
No, I asked him,
Okay.
and I did not follow up, and I knew this was coming. I apologize. I just have been a little consumed. So if it's urgent, I'm happy to have him submit a bid and we can do an emergency meeting.
No, we
or
don't
just
need to do
No, I think
defer it.
it's more of a long-term
Okay.
maintenance. I don't think it's urgent. I mean,
All right, and I'll get you his contact information. Is
Okay.
that okay?
Yep.
Yeah, but he's ready to give you a bid. He went over and he took a look.
Yeah.
And that's what he does.
I don't
so.
have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I mean, because this fell in the lower tier of our
Right.
procurement policy, I didn't
Exactly.
put out an
Exactly.
RFP.
Also, it was just brought up to us.
Yeah, so we are acting pretty quickly on it. I
So
mean, it's,
I'm gonna make a motion to table it to the next meeting.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Great, thank you.
Okay,
Sorry about that, that was my bad.
so there.
But Greg, if you-
Locked and sealed, nobody knows
Yeah,
what's in
just
it.
make sure, if you would mind, tell me if I don't
Okay.
get his contact information to you the next day. All right?
Okay.
I have it.
Well, I'm gone for a few days, but then I certainly went back next
Right.
week and I'll,
All right, when you get back, if I haven't, just, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay. that was easy.
So,
Timesheets.
town clerk update. So, actually, just today, Sarah and I had an opportunity to have a fairly lengthy conversation with one of the candidates, and this was a candidate who had already been approved by the subcommittee to be interviewed by the board. And we may have one additional one, but I'm gonna be coming back to the board since I'm out I'm on vacation next week. It'll be for the week after, so I'm gonna ask everybody to please let me know if they've got availability we could even do it right before the next select board meeting. Could everybody do 6
interview?
o'clock?
An interview?
An interview, yeah. At least one person, possibly 2.
This is the 28th.
Yes, 6 o'clock on the 28th. Is everybody?
So what do
okay
those
with that?
usually take, like 20 minutes?
It really depends. I mean, when we interviewed for the town, that's a while ago, the town clerk,
Right,
we actually ended up having 45 minutes a person.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, so.
I can remember.
but-
We had, something took a while. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was, we had 4 of them and it was.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had an intermission, so it was like 4 hours, basically.
Yeah, it was,
Hard
it was.
one, right.
This would be 6 o'clock, but if we're gonna do 2, I would say we would start at 5:30.
On how soon?
2 weeks from today.
The next meeting.
But at 5:40, you said, or?
Like either at 5:30 or at 6, depending on whether we've got 1 or 2
Okay,
candidates.
I can't, I think.
I can.
That's okay for me.
Next
Okay.
meeting,
All right, and I know Kate is here at the next meeting, so I'm gonna, let's, if you wouldn't mind blocking out your calendars from 5:30. And then, but I'll send you a note finalizing.
Yes.
5:30 or 6.
send me a note.
I will.
Me too.
I'll text, I'll
Long
do it
ways
as a
away, I
text.
have plenty of time for me to forget.
Alright.
No, I'm good.
Sarah might
Just so
remind
I'm
me.
out of the emails for.
Yeah, I'm too. On my computer I'm in, but not on my phone.
Feel free.
All right, terrific, thank you, Sarah. So I think that takes us to,
Wait, there was the,
oh, right,
sorry,
the
this was the
addition.
one I missed on the, we had 2 overweight
The
permits.
overweight permits, thank you,
I
Greg.
can squeeze those in. Everything looks like in order here, so I'll make a motion to accept the overweight permit for Beacon Sales Acquisition. National Energy Control Services, I guess.
And they have the check,
Yep.
okay? I'll second that. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Right. Andy, you're an aye?
Yes,
Yes. Okay, all right.
just trying to see who they were.
So, I will make a motion to accept the overweight permit for Consolidated Communications.
Second.
They have their check?
Yep.
All right, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Great. All right, now we can go to former item 13. I will make a motion to approve the timesheets for the town office staff, the listers, the highway crew, and the transfer station.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
No.
Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Next, I will make a motion to approve the pay orders as they have been assembled and issued by Sarah.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 All right, so now we have public concerns. Oh, please.
I just on a public concern. It looks like some paving, some aprons, or did that start to go on?
Yes. So
It's
that
part
has
of that.
started,
It's not done yet.
it's not done.
Is
No,
one of them
but they
included in
started
front
at
of,
30.
in front of Depot Street? You're gonna put a wedge in front of where that pond is in front of Andy Coyne's house?
That was not included.
Well, I thought it was,
It wasn't included
in
in the,
the 50 grand or whatever it was.
What did you just say?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
We were
hear
gonna
you.
put a wedge in front of, on the corner of Water and Depot Street, so stop getting that big pond there.
Oh,
Wasn't
you
it?
mean near you?
Yeah, didn't
No,
we
we're
talk
doing a
about
whole
that?
separate project on that,
Oh.
aren't we?
I thought that was.
if we were gonna do something, it's not included in this.
Right, no,
Oh, I thought it was part of this.
No.
no.
There has been some evaluation of that, and I just had kind of some, not a formal conversation with Keith regarding it, but in order to do it, it's gonna basically need to raise the road about 100 feet almost. Because it seems like
The
if you
length?
just, well, the length of that pitch in there, because if you just raise it up in one section, it's gonna puddle in the next section. So it's a little bit more complicated,
we're gonna
not undoable.
No, we're
Yeah.
gonna get that
No, I
project.
just
going.
misunderstood. I thought that was lumped into
No,
those
no.
other ones.
No, it wasn't.
Is the,
That's a-
did Howe Farm get an apron, or is that?
How
gonna
Farm
be
is
one?
going, they might not yet, but they're going to. The
Okay.
trailer park down by the ball fields is getting one.
I saw.
That was measured significantly less than what needed to be done, but Keith and I said that's because it was done, it was measured in March, basically.
Right.
So what's done now is all that's going to get done, even though it looks like it should go further. The Bourbon Run,
Right, I saw that.
Coleman Hill Road, it's a good section of it going up the hill. And there was one other. We also added on doing the little single lane section in front of the church by the island out there.
Yes, yes.
Not all 3 lanes basically, not the main road, but that little spur,
Yeah.
because that was in sad shape.
Yeah, no, where you're referring to,
Right.
that we have to scope that, we have to have it engineered and.
Okay.
I think it's
We're gonna
bigger,
do it,
that
we're
from the
doing it.
paving company looking at it, it's bigger
Right.
than, but just putting a,
Right.
shim coat and raising it
Yeah,
up.
because when
Oh,
that
it's getting
repair work,
worse too.
Yeah, I think it's settled.
I mean, it goes back to Irene, when that repair work was done.
Yeah.
When they
It's
paved
failed.
it, they messed it up.
Yes,
It
it
seems
failed.
like.
It
And
was
even
not-
the underlying,
And I can just say, Keith, the road crews, they're draining it all winter long.
Yes.
And
right, it's a pain,
Yes.
yeah.
what doesn't
Oh.
drain off to the riverside goes into my
It
cellar.
has to get done.
Yeah.
It does. It's getting
No, I
worse
know.
and worse.
Almost
and
make
it's-
most sense,
Believe
but let
me,
the
I know.
engineer figure this out, it might make more sense to just put a drop drain in there and just run it
Right.
across the run it
Yeah.
across the road back toward the river.
Exactly.
Exactly. Right,
Okay,
to try
that's
to,
all
yeah.
Yeah.
I just wondered.
Okay,
Any-
no more public here, but public.
Do you have anything?
You wanna go first?
You go
Yeah,
first,
well, I don't have a head.
and you go.
That's dangerous. I was approached by 4 of our citizens last week to bring up the possibility of revisiting the flood warning siren system that we did not follow up on years ago in light of what's taking place in Texas. That, if you recall, at one point, the Vermont Yankee was going to give away a bunch of sirens. And we explored that back then. And for a variety of reasons, mostly because the cost of installing it, connecting it to the Southwest New Hampshire mutual aid, all those other kinds of things, it would be cost prohibitive. But also, we have other priorities. Suddenly, the news has enlivened, if I can say that, the priority about if something goes really, really bad, how do we notify people? The last one, obviously, if I don't have anybody from the fire department here, but the last one was a bunch of volunteers went out being outdoors. And that has some value, but it may not be the most
Timely.
expeditious way.
Yes, it is.
And that requires the availability of people and other kinds of things as opposed to a system that's launched. Anything from, I mean, one of the concepts we suggested was setting a fire department alarm to go off in some intermittent fashion, maybe like 3 long, 2 short, 15 middle, whatever, to set off the fire alarm on a station that we're not using apparently for the last several years, to alert at least people down here in the lower section of Jamaica. That's a possibility. That would be easy to implement if, in fact, if the siren's still working. I heard rumors that it isn't working anymore. I don't know the answer to that, but they stopped using it years ago. The story I was told is they didn't want to wake anybody up in Jamaica, and I thought, if there's something going on, I want to be awake. Having said that, it was brought to my attention this past week that we ought to, all of us, ought to reconsider that in light of what we just witnessed with all the people that got killed here in Texas.
In Flash Flood Alley, as it
Flash
is
Flood
named,
Alley.
Flash Flood
And
Alley.
160
Fortunately, we don't live
people
at Flash Flood Alley, yeah.
160 people that haven't been identified that are missing.
Right.
So it's a positive matter, especially given its history, especially given its, whatever they're passing for the select board is, whatever they have, voted against the siren systems and voted against these kinds of things. And opted to, this part I don't speak to, taking using cell phones, taking the cell phones away from the counselors. So even the counselors didn't have cell phones for these kinds of emergencies. It's not well thought out. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of finger pointing going on. But we can learn from that. We can't rely on cell phone service as we learned last year. Was it we were out for 2 weeks we didn't have cell service? Was it last year or before last? Literally, it's across the street and we didn't have cell service for 2 weeks. It's something to be considered. I don't think the danger is going away. I really don't think it's any less now than it was. We had just recently had, and I've never heard of this before, on the 10th of July, we had the third flooding exposure in the state of Vermont on the same day, 3 years in a row. That's pretty. Anyway, it has been brought to my attention from a couple of our citizens that we have to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring it up to you tonight as something you might want to consider. By the way, the sirens that were available are gone. There's that stuff. But it is expensive to put up the poles and to connect to all kinds of things. So it's not cheap.
And what would they do?
What would the sirens actually do besides?
Alert
get
people and
everybody
get the-
worked up?
we-
They're not telling them what to do.
Right,
That's all
that's
they
pretty
do is
The
like,
sirens-
get everybody worked up, but there's no.
You're
So
exact-
the
you're
only
exactly
reason we,
correct. You have to have the sirens and you have to have the education.
right, so the challenge there is that we're not in Flash Flood Alley. What we are below the dam. And the
Yes.
reason we had to go door to door was because there was the risk that there was gonna be the use of the spillway.
Yes.
And if the height had reached what it had been projected potentially to reach, it would have been catastrophic. And so that risk, the risk of that happening is not the same level as the site in Texas, right? So I think we have to sort of look at it in terms of our risk, and we can certainly get advice on that from the powers that be. I don't actually think it would obviate the need to do the exercise that we went through in 2023, late July 2023. We would still have to do that, even if there was a siren going off. And I guess we would have an education that says if the siren's going off, it means
Exactly.
that Ball Mountain Dam is potentially, the spillway is being utilized.
Even if it's another floodplain, I'm not suggesting that's all there is to it. It's gotta have an education component. It
Right.
doesn't do any good to blow a whistle if nobody knows what it means.
So if one's gonna scatter, it's gonna cause another catastrophe.
It could very well.
It's gonna know where to go.
What we talked about before with the sirens going off is, if you hear the sirens, either climb a tree or walk them out. I mean, we've got two choices here, between the mountain and a wet spot. Like that, at least gives some direction.
I'd say it's something certainly to evaluate
Right, right.
and analyze or whatever
Right.
through maybe through
Absolutely.
Greg
I-
Meulemans
that's
and the
what I'm
fire
saying.
department and emergency
Right, right.
management. And
Right, it would be something to raise up to
come up with a
regulate
plan.
this, right.
It's not, like you said, it's not simple. It's not just put up a siren and we're done. It's this full integrated thing.
Right. But my understanding is they don't use the siren because the volunteer fire department uses the radio system. They have other
Make it a
ways of
dispatch.
reaching all the members of the department, right? So it's not like other locations where their primary method of letting the members of the fire department know it's time to come, that there's a call.
The call thing on your belt is very useful, but if there's a call and it's on your belt, and you're driving through the population center of our town, you're across the but I can still call it in case. But anyway, it's nice to let the town know it's a small town and you're gonna have fire trucks going back and forth. So alerting the population to the fact that we gotta send some hot trucks or whatever through seemed to me all along a good idea. That's just to let the population.
Separate from the flood
I'm
warning.
talking about any use of the siren, whether it's an ambulance. Hey guys, pay attention, we're sending a rescue truck on the street. That to me is the way it ought to be, but that was a rule. I'm saying now the current situation is everybody is a lot more sensitive right now since it's all over the news. I'm bringing it to you as a book.
Thank you. Karen?
We were talking about in front of the church and the paving. The sign that is there that says one lane only, you can't read.
I did bring that up with Keith
Okay.
when we talked about it a little while ago. I can't
I
remember,
was
but
trying to think who I had talked to about it, okay.
Did we just order one?
I think it might have been just ordered,
Didn't
right?
they just put a sign in?
They just
What were
put
they
signs
doing?
on Thursday,
Okay.
So they should have done it.
Oh,
They were
maybe
doing
have.
something right there. They were putting a sign in.
I keep
I didn't see
seeing
what it was.
cars going down there and maybe.
Oh, really?
You couldn't
Going
read
down the
sign.
wrong way?
Yeah, right, but you couldn't read the sign, so.
We ordered it, but we might not have told them where it went. So that's a possibility.
I'll look on the way home.
Me and Greg ordered it, but I.
Yeah, look on your way home.
They were out there. I saw them. They were
I
like
definitely
three of
saw
them putting a
out
sign
there as
in.
well, but I haven't noticed it, but I'm also not driving. Okay,
So I wouldn't be looking at that direction.
And
I always go out the other
Speaking
way.
of that area, the Revolutionary War to the Civil War veteran plaque is ready. I'm going to go pick it up this week. Wesley is finding a rock to go in there, and there will be some disturbance of digging and moving a couple of shrubs. Is there any money to pay Heather for a little bit of time to
Have her send a
to
bill,
pull it back
Yeah.
together?
Yeah.
Okay.
or I'll tell her, whichever. If you see her, tell her.
Okay. In the town hall, I don't know how many of you have gone out of there as the last person at night. But there's a switch for the entryway in the town hall, and it either goes on or off.
Yes,
And it would be really nice if we had a little timer there, so that we could get out the door. I mean, people do have phones now, but lots of times you're lighting stuff and you can't always have your phone. But it's a little dangerous going down those steps in complete dark. Pikes Falls Chamber Music Festival is coming in a couple of weeks. There's a garden party August 5th, a concert, that's Tuesday, August 5th. Wednesday, August 6th is a concert, and August 9th
8,
in the town hall.
sorry.
Is it the 8th? I thought I just looked it up
Sorry.
and said the 9th, but
It's
there's
still-
another one in Grafton. Jamaica Day is Saturday, August 16th, but still use some volunteers. Reminder about Wednesday Sidewalk Social, we're meeting in front of Peacock Outfitters, and we're having a blast every Wednesday night. And we had a very moving and successful reading of Frederick Douglass's 4th of July speech last week, and it was very nice, so we'll continue to do that again next year. I think that's all of this.
Oh, that's it, that's the whole list.
Yeah.
All the news that's fit to print.
All right. Nobody's raised their hands on the meeting?
No?
All right, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, second.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.